Hello guys and welcome back. My name is Kazem Moridi and in this video I'm planning to teach you what is variables in Dart. Actually variables are containers to store values in the language, in the program language. They are an object that can be used to store values. There are multiple type of values in the um, Dart. There are several type of variables in the Dart and we are going to look at them in this video. Let's go ahead. I'm going to create a variable, simple variable over the main function. This is the main function. This is where our whole app starts. If we put some variables outside of here, they are not part of our app, but it's in global scope, which means everything, everyone, everything, every method can access them. So I want only to create variables for my apps and nobody needs to accept them or use them. Let's go ahead. I'm going to create a simple variable for now. I'm going to create a variable. Uh, I'm going to choose a var, which means the dynamic. There is no such a type for it, and the Dart compiler will decide its value itself. I'm going to call this variable name, and then I'm going to assign Kazem to this variable and put the semicolon at the end of it. And I'm going to use this variable. No, not for now. I'm going to print this variable in the print functions. Let's see and what would happen. As you see, the cosms, which was the value of this variable, was printed in the console. If I click over it, as you see, the type of this variable is a string. There are several type of variables in the Dart. Let's go see what are they. One of them is this string, which is um, the type of these names. Everything that is put in this uh, symbols means that it is a string. We could also use single quotes as strings. So there are two. Everything that is between two quotes or single quotes are strings, which are we can be text or even symbols or even the dollar signs or everything can be uh, a string. I'm going to choose this name for now. I'm going to talk why this is throws an error for dollar sign. It's just exception for now. I won't be I don't want to super complex this video, so don't pay attention to it. So one of them is a string which is type of this a string. I could also use a string name as to create this variable, which means that this variable is a string type. It's not a dynamic. And another type is int for integer, for numbers. We use integer or int for a number. Please pay attention to capitalized or lower letters because it's super important in the programming. And another one is double. Okay, I will write them down for now and then check it again later. Num, boolean, and at the end it's var, which is dynamic. A string, we talk about a string, which is everything that is between two quotes, double quotes or single quotes are strings. Let's for again for another one is int, which means for numbers. I will choose age, which is super simple and super easy to understand. I'm going to assign, for example, 18 or maybe my age. For example, 23. Let's go for 23. And also I'm going to, which int means that a number which is not a decimal. I mean, we cannot use, for example, 23.5 for an int. It only takes non-decimal numbers. Let's go ahead for double. Double are completely opposite of this int. It only take decimal numbers. For example, and it go to, for example, weight. Okay. weight. For example, I'm going to type 70. Okay, 70 kilograms. And if I actually print this number, you will see 70. Okay, as inputted, but we cannot use decimal number over the int because it's an integer. It doesn't accept the decimal numbers. For double, we can use, for example, 70.50, which is a super normal, and we will see 70.50 or 5 at the console, which is super helpful for sometime for such numbers. We could also use it for money, which is important, which the numbers and amount of number and calculation are very important to the companies or even the stores. And another one is num, which is can be anything, no matter it decimal and not non-decimal. It can be anything. For example, let's go ahead with, for example, a phone number. Okay, phone. Okay, that's enough. I could choose anything. I could choose any number. For example, 959. For example, 45, 55, which is normal for a number, and it could include both integer and decimals added. So it's the parent of this both of time. Another one which is super helpful is boolean, which it can be only has two value, true or false. For example, I'm going to call is married. I'm going to use the value false, which means it's not married. Okay, so then boolean can only have two values. One of them is uh, false, another one is true, which is like, which is written like this. So we have two values, one of them is false, another one is true. Let me put semicolon at the end of it. Okay, and another type which is completely out of this scope that we talked about it before, it's a var, which means it's dynamic. No matter what type do you assign to it, it would accept it, and it would automatically decide its own type. For example, I'm going to assign something, for example, is single. Okay, for example, super easy. I'm going to assign false, okay, to it. And if I hover my voice over it, you will see that in the documentation, it shows boolean, which directly show that v and the var directly decide its value. So in this video, we understand what are the types. And for the whole, what format does it follow? It's like this. First, if you want to create a variable, first we need to assign the type, which can be a string, int, double, number, or boolean or var, which is dynamic for dynamics. And then we're going to set a name for it, which can be anything as you see, and then equal sign, and then at the end of it a string or number, floating number, or true false, which can be anything as you wish to have. I think that's enough for numbers. If you like my videos, please consider leaving a like or comment, or even subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Happy coding.